Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. It's Jasmine and I'm back with another video. Today's video, as you could probably tell by the title, we are going to be doing a thrift flip video. So I wanted to challenge myself, not just do any thrift flips. I wanted to use only 3 supplies. So spray paint, spackle, and dirt. So that's what all of the DIYs I'm going to be making today are going to be using. I thrifted 3 items and I'm going to make all of them over with the same exact things. So that's the challenge for today, and I'm doing it all in one day. So yeah, let's jump into this video. So when I go thrift shopping, something that I like to consider is what are some items that I can use immediately in a room makeover that I'm working on, or what are things that would work in our space. So I was looking for things like this large piece of art that I needed for a room makeover. It was 25% off, so I grabbed that. I loved this chair, thought it would look so cute styled next to a bed as a nightstand for only $7.99, but I had no space for it, so I had to pass. And then I wanted to find a couple vases that I can use for a room that I'm working on currently. And I loved the shape of this one. I wanted to DIY it anyway. I really loved this one as well, but it just wasn't really what I wanted. Then I found this tall vase, which I think is great for a floor vase and could be a good DIY. Then I stopped off at Home Depot, grabbed my supplies, and I was ready to start. So for the vases, I wanted to do the dirt trick, which I've seen on Instagram. And it's just basically you spray paint it and then rub dirt on it. So I started off with this matte black spray paint and I sprayed the entire bottom side, let it dry slightly, and then flipped it over and sprayed the other side. And I think the trick with rubbing the dirt on it is not rubbing it on too soon, or else it pulls the paint off. So letting it dry slightly, maybe like 15 to 20 minutes, and then rubbing dirt on it. And this is how this one turned out. So next up we have our wall art, which I love the size of this canvas. I felt like it was a perfect size. I really loved that it already had texture to it. I just wanted to cover up the blue paint and do something more neutral. So I added a few lines of khaki spray paint so they would show through when I did the spackle, and it would just add a little bit of dimension to this art piece. I've seen these a lot, and I think one thing that I did not want to do is just do a white spackled art, but then I wanted it to have a little bit of color even though it was all neutral. I wanted it to have some dimension to it so it felt like a high-end piece of art. So the beige color I was using is the spray paint color Almond by Rust-Oleum, and then I'm adding in a little bit of dirt to add some grit and texture as well, and just add another darker, deeper dimension of color. There's really no rhyme or reason to the spots that I was putting in. I was just putting it where it felt right. But honestly, when I stepped back, I noticed different places where I could use some more just to create some balance and fluidity throughout the piece. I didn't want it to feel like it was all only on one side, but I also didn't want it to feel too symmetrical. So after the first layer of spackle and paint had dried, I came back over it with another layer of spackle. I really wanted to lay it on thick in certain areas just to give it a little bit more dimension and make it look a little bit more finished, so that's what I did. And just when I thought I was done, I took a step back from it and I realized I still needed something at the bottom just to give it that completed look, so I added a little bit more dirt rubbed at the bottom. And this is how it turned out. Last up, we have this tall vase, which can either be used on as a floor vase or on a TV table or console table as well. And this vase, I wanted to go with a lighter color, so I used the almond as the base, the almond spray paint color. And then I also did the rubbing the dirt trick. It obviously looks different than it does on the black spray paint, but I think it was definitely a cool effect. I think the more dirt on this color, the better. It kind of like began to look a lot like pottery, like an aged antique looking pottery, which was really pretty. On this vessel, I had to do something a little bit different as far as technique. Because the spray paint was drying so quickly, I had to spray and then just put the dirt right on that specific area, or else it wasn't sticking to the pot how it did on the other one. So that was just what worked out for this one, and I really love the look of it. Unfortunately, I forgot to get footage of this vase styled before I gave it away, but I do have a photo of it, so I'll show you that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know which one of these thrift flips was your favorite. I would say my favorite was probably the art piece, and you will see it in my upcoming bedroom makeover. Not for myself, I did it for someone else, but that will be coming on my channel probably in the next couple weeks, not next week but the following week, I think. So stay tuned for that. I have some exciting stuff coming up on this channel, so if you're not already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you know every time that I upload a video. And yeah, as always, keep spreading the love and light, and I'll catch you on the next one.